Okay, there we go. So, day after the con is over, something that I did off screen was I ripped the seams and took that sleeve back out because it just was not working out. I didn't like it the way it looked at all. One second, let me adjust this camera. So let's see, I picked up some stuff here from the screen. From the convention. This was these tools I got called the Bevol from Rocket Props. Here, this is what I want to say that first a week ago you saw me cutting the foam with. So I got the last one that I was missing, so I can maybe use that. Because I have apparently 100 or so replacement utility grade, probably 50 left. And also I got these scraps of plastic complimentary from a cosplay supply place at the convention that they wanted me to take home and try it out and see how well it diffuses the LEDs. But talking about buying the cow and giving me the milk for free or something. When I went to their booth, I had my shield up, the old shield, which is basically disintegrating at a rapid pace. It's just nothing but it leaves nothing but residue behind and little bits and pieces. You can kind of see it all over the workspace here. And given that half my costume was white, I was just covering nothing but gray dust. There's the new, there's the old tunic. I wore that. It was okay. It fit roughly, especially once I got started using it with the newer turtleneck. So, yeah, like I said, I basically pinned these up, and I did not like the way the sleeve looked at all. Oh, yeah, let me take this off. And yes, I am wearing Velcro ears. It's just that I've been too lazy to take them off yet. So it was hilarious when we came home yesterday and we stopped by the what do you call that? The pizza shop to grab some snacks. So we rolled tea home and go to the pizza place. First behind the counter didn't bat an eye. They're just like doo-doo-doo. And these people are just like, why are this person? Well, it is. Let's see. So I want to try and fix this sleeve. I think it got way too complicated ahead of my skills and abilities on it. See, there's still within bits of EVA foam just disintegrated all over this thing. So basically that clear shield cover more like doubled the weight of the shield. Like while I was holding the shield around, it was like it bit into my arm in a way that it didn't before, and I was like, oh, it took me a while to realize, oh, it's the extra weight. So I would say that piece of transparent Warbler over the front is easily at least as much or heavier than the current shield without it. One of the things I can do to combat the disintegration is to take one of the shield pieces I carved earlier and replace the foam possibly after I last did it. So hopefully that won't happen again. But it held up for years, like over a decade. I want to say I made it sometime around maybe 2012 or so. So, and I did, like I said, I traveled with it. So I traveled with it, like thrown it in my bag, all sorts of stuff. Like, and and also, so like it did its fair shake, but it needed to be done because I basically would have to patch it every single con in like the last year or two. Here I think these sleeves are too wide, so I'm probably going to. I want to say I'll probably like to trim them, but first I want to make a few adjustments to the main body of the tunic. Here I've got this nice t-shirt that I like the fit of. I wore it Friday, and so I'm going to trace some of it. Like I'm going to trace the neckline, the back neckline. Oh yeah. So the story I was talking about when I went to the costume booth where they gave me these, I had my shield and I showed it to them, and they were like, "Oh my God, wait, how are you diffusing those? What is that you're using?" I was like, "It's a single layer Wonderflex." So as they talked about giving me the store for free, they were like, what is it?" I'm like, "It's Wonderflex, just Wonderflex. It's one layer." They're like, "But how did you?" I was like, "No, I basically I brought the paint. I didn't paint as far as the edge, and then just put the lights under it." So they're like, "Oh," but yeah. So they were like, "Wow." And so I may try putting some lights underneath these to see how well they are. But yeah, I am just sad that Wonderflex Pro is too thick. It doesn't allow the light to show through. So what I'm gonna do here is using that's the other way around. Use this template to see if I can cut the back of the neckline a little better. So that I can tell back and front. Also, I am waiting for a delivery, so I may suddenly dash off the stream. Oh, speaking of which, okay. Of course, I had a feeling the second I started doing this that Murphy's Law would say that, hey, all right, so I gotta run downstairs. So what I did earlier today was I tried to pick up some lights for my workstation. Tried to buy them, excuse me, in person last week. And despite it saying they had 7 in stock, it was in some place they couldn't locate. And the person's like, oh, just order it online or have a customer service buy it for you. So I did, and they still couldn't find it. So I was like, fine. So I can't, after I did all that, we went shopping in the grocery store, I picked it up, and like down it. So I was like, fine. Order it for me for a different store for delivery. And I meant delivery to that store. But apparently, you get delivery to my door for free. Which is what I did. So these are going to be for my soldering station. And maybe if I get like another overhead thing here, I'm going to put these underneath it. But hopefully, I'll be able to use these for soldering. I put it under my computer desk so I can actually see what I'm doing. Because one of the complaints I had about my computer desk when I first put it together the last time, it was the top deck was much lower and it was very dark. And I always meant to put some LED lights underneath it, but at the time there weren't as many like off-the-shelf solutions. And so I chose to use my LED strips for craft projects and things. Never got around to doing that. But with that, it's already set. I basically just need to zip tie it to a shelf and go. Alright, so back to what it's doing. Let me actually get my water. Thanks for doing that, but you gotta hydrate before you dehydrate. So yeah. So after all that nonsense today, I'm like, oh, okay, got my lights. But this is the reason why people shop online, because that was just ridiculous. So what I'm gonna do is slip this shirt underneath here and then trace the back neckline. And prosper the armholes. Once that is done, then I'm probably going to work backwards on the sleeves to fix the arm side. Armhole. Arm side is just a fancy name for armhole. So Once I get this a little bit more worked out, then I'll have to retrace the pattern for the shirt that I. Oh, there. Gonna leave this. Gonna cut it, but I'm gonna leave the seam lines. That way I can still have something to attach the collar to. Goes. Be right back. So it's going to mark off the neckline of the t-shirt. I think it's good. The reason why I'm also doing this is so it'll help me be a little bit better about knowing where the freaking back of the this shirt is at. So I keep screwing that up when I try and put it on. So that. So, okay, there we go. Now let me take my t-shirt under it so I don't cut it. So this one tidy up front. But remember, stretchy fabric is very forgiving. That way it's even. And these guys. Never, never, ever, ever, ever. Just trying to get them a little, make sure it's even. Nothing else other than the back is in there, and there. Suckled, suckled. Ready? So there's my back neckline. So, my first day of the con, I had put one of my ears on crooked because that's how I always rolled. And I want to say by not even that long into it, it was pretty much completely off. And I forgot to bring, and because I wanted to travel light, I didn't bring the extra ear, which is what I initially had thrown in my bag. But I was like, no, it's too much stuff. Take it out. So I had to take the ear out off so I didn't lose it. In which case, I went around for the rest of the day. It was just like with this ear missing. Hopefully, hoping that my hat would cover it. Oh, that's also what this is. So I'm going to put one of these under here because I want to put some wire so the hat comes out on its own. And trying to just attach it to my head normally wasn't working, so I figured if I use like a little headband. Got these for $3 at clearance at Target. And put the wire along it, against it. It might hold up better than me having to constantly yank it. Alright, so try it feels like I like the arms. Armhole is about the size I want. And so what I'm probably going to do is take the halfway and pin. Yeah, I'm wearing the same colored shirt, black on black, so you can't see it. And just pin the sleeves to the opening. About where I want them. And to get that look that I want, I think the width of this sleeve is probably about right. We're going to cut this little flap off the back. That was another reason I wanted to get that armhole, because right now this is one of the only ways I have of determining what the back of the tunic is. But now that I've cut the neck hole, it should be easier. But yeah, so fix the sleeve. What I'm probably going to do is take it like this, where we've got our little half section. And go again. And there we go. Instant it. Yeah. Give me a little bit of contrast. Where my shirt hangs. Leaving tap right there. So fine. Just pop the sleeve in there. Just cut off the rest of this little bit here. Just a little extra. And then what I'm going to do is take this and pin it to the on side. And then whatever doesn't hit the extra of the hole, I'm just going to cut. So I hope everyone's having a good Memorial Day. I don't know if you've had a veteran you've lost or anything, but and that's in my family, but you know, most of them came home. So Veterans Day is one of the days that I think about them. trick now is to take his sleeve that is too wide. It all depends. Right. And basically gonna pin it to the hole. This. And these up so they fit better easy. There's one thing I want to check. I want to check the fit of this as it is. I think this shirt's gonna wind up being a little bit thinner because I don't think. No, do it like this. Just need to make sure it's the right height. These are the right height. I do want the extra in the back, just in case. Because I was going to pin it so that they're flat and even with like excess here. But no, I want the extra material in the back. Just give myself, cover my third dimension. Probably try and speak a little louder. I'm sorry about the volume. But I haven't really worked out how to do a good mic yet. That isn't this directional one that's like right in front of the streaming setup. You have the heat on for the past couple days. Now I think I need the air conditioner. So yeah. So I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna test sew these out. Not test sew. That was the other thing. Yesterday or Saturday when I was running to the con, I tripped on the stairs to the train and jammed my finger pretty good, like scraped it up. So now, every time I bump it against something, it kind of pains, so it's inflamed and stuff. Oh my God. Pain minutes. These make such little storage containers. Penguin mints and Altoid tins. What do we do with them? Probably haven't had a penguin in years. The days of needing that kind of caffeine boost, I don't want to say are over. They're just, I don't bother. Like, I'll just go to bed. Well, if you see this, there's been times when I've had to go to a con, and if you see me here, I'm just safety pinning stuff. There's been a few times where, like, yeah, that's all I did. But I'll sew it later. I've safety pinned myself into a few things. Doo-dee-doo. So can keep that. Let's see if you pull this up a little bit. So it was just a few things like, oh my god, what is that? What is this thing here? Who did this to you? How bad this I say? Eye socket cuts. Oh my god, that's really, really bad. Alright. I have to figure out what to do with that if I'm not gonna hem it. Maybe I'll have to hem it, because if I just go across and cut it, we're gonna wind up like here. Like with all this material. That shouldn't be there. Just have to put a container full of like some old staples, the rest of these straight pins, and safety pins. I got some bobby pins in there too. It's basically a tin of pins. And of course the chalk and my seam rippers. Usually this is one of the things I throw in my bag when I go to a con, because really, especially cosplay repair stations have gotten a lot more popular, and they're like, oh, this will improve the condoing experience for people. Had your individuals who are doing it now. Conventions make it actually part of the services they offer. And I was not as fortunate to live in an area where the people with the mobile cosplay repair stuff is. Although there was one at this con, I was like, yes. But yeah, so I do the little pin, because, you know, your seams will pop, or sometimes, like I said, I'm holding my outfit together. Yeah, so what I can see here is that with the shoulders sewn, I cut one side way lower than the other. So this safety pin, there we go, I fixed it. It's like a little, I guess the part where you put part where you put the pointy bit in, kind of got pinched closed or something. And so it doesn't force it open a little bit. Yes, so Saturday I got the convention wicked, but except I tried to rush for thing, translate, I fell twice. It's like, I almost fell again going into the African Convention Center. Alright, there we go. Get this puppy off. And now I can tell at a glance that it's backwards. So I can look at the inside to where my rapidly fading chalk is. And then all it does a lot is like I said, I still feel the other Tunic. This one doesn't feel quite so. It's like these eyeballs. Seem about right. Right about that here. Okay. So I'll probably trim off these little excess ones and like line up the eyeballs better. Use like a put the back out a little bit. Let the just pop this up here. So if you found like I found that the cup making the collar is really kind of a pain in the butt. One of the things you can do is even for this costume where it's like you have the turtleneck and then you have the tunic. Thank you, looking good. Thank you, Base. Is you can fake it by putting maybe another collared shirt on. It depends on what the temperature is where you are. So you can do a mock turtleneck with an existing collared shirt, polo shirt. You put the tunic over it. As long as they're the same color, most people won't notice from afar. You don't have to worry about actually sewing the collar. You use the collar of the shirt underneath. Right, so again, and now that I've got a better sense of where my neckline is, I'm going to mark the front neckline again. So I still have the ears on because it's better to do it with there's like a special adhesive remover. Or else I wind up waxing my ears, as it were, takes the final layer of hair off. Like, when I want it to stick, it's always flop. When I want to take it off, it's suddenly, when it's decided it's going to be the best adhesive in the gosh darn world. Like, it wants to fulfill its darn for sticking stuff onto your ear. So now I've got a better idea of where the back it'll sit. Just taking some chalk You up now where my neck lines up. I think that matters, I think, front. Where it sits on his chest. Here. I think what I'm going to do here sure, is so do that. Now, as far as I know, this was my last con for a while. Unless I suddenly get the urge in the middle of the night to go to Dragon Con or something. So I can be a little bit, I'm willing to risk being a little bit more experimenting a little more. Alright, so here's where because now I have time to, if I screw up, go get more back as soon as I can find it. Yeah. So where's my, where do you think we want to put the front of the neck? Now, I forgot to do about these armpits. That's good. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like here is a little unevenness here. Let me just pull these pattern pieces back in. But for me, So this is for the back. Oh, no, that's for the front. Swear. Saved it. That's what the font is. Maybe a little low, but I basically had to enlarge the opening on the fly, so possible. It would be nice to like leave a little bit more this fabric here. But like I said, stretchy fabric hides a multitude of sins. Yeah. Um, so here's front, here's back. Where is the sleeve? Back collar. Yeah. Now, hydrate in a second. So, this, so this one centimeter in. So we want this nice U. Okay, so the pieces should line up. The armholes should line up. So we need to probably even up this little trick here. So let's keep that. And then let's check the fold. I'm spending most of my time working forward. And more, it's hydrate. Okay. So, all right. About an hour or so left before I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do some Memorial Day shenanigans. Pen currently at this stage, so yeah. So this should definitely come in a little bit more. Holes. So I think once I do this, repin the sleeves. I'll do this first. Redraw the pattern. Finger clips. And your acrobatics. So it seems as though I may have taken, I'll say, too much material up the front. When I did there, well, no, I did those ones. Here. We're going to cut a little bit more out of the back holes. And hopefully it won't be too much. All right, so that's that bad. Like, you only want the back on this thing is only, I want to say it like a hair. Or, yeah, you can see here. It's kind of hard to see the contrast, but that's where the difference in armholes are. So probably a little extreme with the front and not extreme enough with the back. So not a product. As they say, it's better to cut off a little bit, leave too much than cut off too much. I probably won't go this extreme because I'll be cutting into where I left the extra for so I'll be cutting into the stitching. I'll be really careful because I've got the back pin and make sure I do the front side. Such fine with the front side looks. So I might not go for a double cut just because I want to be careful. So it's not like I'm saving these scraps. So what you can do is nibble. So let's talk about where I scraped my finger. Like, ow. So right here. Sides. The front side. Maybe. See if that fits. It fits a little bit better. Perhaps the shoulders could slope a little bit. Maybe maybe the armholes might be a little. Mm, I don't know. Maybe the tunic is a little short. I don't know. But here, there's one legs. Oh, they seem kind of high up on his thighs. But from what I saw from the people who were doing it live, who did almost really good recreations, it felt like it went down further on them. Okay, so now, yeah, like I said, I feel like maybe the tunic is a little short. And probably not blousy enough. When you see it on people, when I'm looking at this doll here, you see how it like a little pop, but it's belted. It's really tough for me to achieve that look unless I go with something really big. Alright, so I think we've fixed all we can on the sleeves, on the shoulders, the sides. So I'm gonna clear some stuff off here so that I can trace the corrected pattern. I need as much space as possible. I'm not doing this, moving all this stuff aside. My home, and me on the floor. It's a good go trust again. Every my side, I feel my body drop. Every time they call my name. So I think that's about as much space as I can get without what. If I can get the armhole. Better situated. Right? Is that better? Is it done? I did. Sure. Over here. Oh, no. That's. Well, that's the other thing though. So when I did this here and I just randomly, I dropped the armhole by a whole inch. But when I tested it out, I was thinking, I think a whole inch would add way too much to the armholes. So I only did half an inch. So that's another reason why this needs to go up. Now, let's see if we can get the neck. So I don't know if you saw last time how when I did this, I kind of left some little dotted lines because I wasn't sure what I was going to do about the neck. So I'm gonna rough that in now. Let me have a better idea. Right, I forgot. I'm actually gonna have to bring that arm line in a little more. Well, I'm not sure if I need to. Like I said, I want the top blouse here. God, the freaking dirt bikers or whatever are back. Without knowing more about the way pattern making works, it's hard to tell if the way to make it glossier is just to make it bigger. Like this, just feed more inches that way. Or if I need to change the pattern then. Or probably do a little bit more neck. That might be too much neck drop. Maybe I think it's seen it on. So Much that for the bag. It feels like it. So I'm just writing a note to myself that to try the higher neckline first. And then if I make this again. So I think that's that. will put notes on the other part, but again, so of course you're like, oh, I'll remember. Nope, I know I won't. So I'm putting notes myself for what I think is wrong with the pattern currently. I'm leaving myself a few other notes here. Here. Here we go. Here. Now, we'll be ending the stream in a few minutes. So first, what I'm going to do is try and fix my arm problem, my sleeve problem. So, I'll leave that there because I might want to, if I get the sleeving right, then I want to adjust the arm pattern. Because right now that's way too much. So the crazy hobnanigans that it's planning is, where did I? Oh, you are welcome, and have a nice rest of your Memorial Day. So I don't know. It'll probably be another half an hour or so of me pinning the sleeve. So I'm just going to remove the safety pins up till the darts here. That should give me what I need to pin the pin the sleeves in so I can pin it out properly. Sorry, no, they're just planning for the memorial mannequins. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is see if I have enough to show you this hole. So now we've got a good idea of what the armhole is like. I'm going to back form the sleeve to the armhole. So what I'm going to do is find the center of the sleeve as is. And then start from, start from the center of the armhole and adjust from there. So I'm making marks. And I think just about halfway through. One more. about there. So we'll start around here. And we're going to pin going like this until we reach the end of the holes. Do I want to risk doing a little bit there? Slowly pinning. Start higher. That way, it's too much. Worst comes to worst. There's 5 more fabric. You gotta keep telling yourself that. 5 more fabric. It's only like 20. It's like 10, 20 bucks. And that right now, I'm in this situation here. Spending 10, 20 bucks won't break me. There we go. No, coming back. We do this. Do it to the other one too. That way I do make sure they're same sort of situation. I'll have to do my halfway marks again though. So basically what I just did is I just overlaid the other sleeve on top of this one. So I could get a sense of where the lines are. Sorry, I'm mumbling to myself. So my guys, who did this to you, cut? All right. So what could I do? Play markers. Scrap pile. Fold. Get my half again. Now I should have approximately quarter marks. So these are just sanding tracks. All right. See, these are generally overhead. So we're gonna start here, about the halfway note. I'm gonna have to pin it up because the right sides should be together. That way to make sure yeah, okay. Make sure that the seams are on the inside of it, so we don't get another repeat of what happened with the darts. I believe you want to pin the slips going back. Here, the highest point with the hole. These instead, that way I can check the fit before I actually sew it. Blank, 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 blank. Do, 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 do. So, and then there, the last three. Seems like maybe then like 42. I would say that was like probably about 4 inches too much on the sleeve. Or maybe it's like a quarter too much. So the shoulders are probably still gonna look a little janky, but I had a very serious blouse situation going with the last setup. Starting to look a little mutton choppy. Mutton chop sleeves. Now this was like I like bunched too much fabric. We should like the armhole at once. It's God is the same. No one knows the business. No one knows what that can be on. Just sweep this up. Here's the product we wish to use. The one side does know this good news. It's the other one. On that big shoot in the deepest dream, just fly. Keeping the sun. Eyeball is. So I'm going to want to add 1 centimeter. For seam allowance. Push. We never let you go. Okay. Coming up on the end here soon. Let's see what we do. Steam allowance. So that's where we need examples because we did the steam allowance. Okay, so I don't want to include this seam allowance. I actually just want to get rid of it. This is the seam. This is already seam allowance because it goes all the way to the edge of the armhole. You're going to sew them all up one. So, yeah. So, seam allowance was actually, you go actually back the other way. This is the extreme edge of the, this is the extreme edge of the armhole. So that, if they're matched, that should include seam allowance because this isn't sewn yet. We do this. So in here, then what I'm measuring here is not seam allowance, it's the hem. Hem. Centimeters here. So this line is correct. Extend it out to account for legs back. Legs go to Oh, you just on the side. And that's been where she left. So, there. So, that is. Whoopsies. I got that one. Gotta repeat that name, shove shenanigans on the other side. So yeah, I probably overestimated the sleeve size by, I want to say, so since these appear to be ending on my quarter marks, so it was probably quarter. But I wonder if that would have been accounted for by the fact that they were straight sleeves and not inside. Sorry, I just realized that my head is blocking most of the shot. Sorry. So, see here, they basically just working straight off from where the armhole and then sleeve overlap. And then what I'm going to do is then back off 1 centimeter to account for seam allowance. If you then do like sleeve in. do this. Just try pinning this together. I drove back into it. We did it. And then we want to like actually get these uncles. The bell is ringing, and I am just pinning for all my dear work. Down to the King of Dynasty defense. It's gonna look really pinky. I've got my 5 safety pins right in this armpit area. Yeah. Just gonna do one last pin so I can test it. Here. Just so I don't tear the fabric. It's more support. Let me see. Actually, a bit better. I don't feel like it's big in the sleeve, but like it feels like this armhole to be higher. And I think that might take care of itself when I actually do the sides up again. So, okay, right side up. Again. All right. Okay, then that's a little bit better. Okay, the right side. So there's still some excess fabric. So if I pull it a little more taut, but yeah, look, you see, get closer. If you look at here, so there's a lot of like extra bunching here that, I could probably, if I bring the sleeves in a little more, stretch it. If you look at the little pouchy part, I think I've got the sleeve. Right? Let me see. It'll track better on this side of the table. Boom. So we could do maybe here, does it pull right? And that's about right. So I'm going to end it there because dinner's almost ready. And off stream, I'm probably going to make some cuts and then adjust the pattern, the sleeve pattern. And then I'll probably start working on do some offline work on the collar. So this one, we're doing this one.